Well, I didn't intend for this to hit Wayback territory as well, but today we'll be starting in March of 1999 with the classic business sim RollerCoaster Tycoon. Chris Sawyer had gained some experience in the UK computing scene with a handful of original titles on his Amstrad CPC, before switching to porting bigger-name titles to MS-DOS, such as Conqueror and Frontier Elite 2. As he gained that experience, he also became inspired by Sid Meier's Railroad Tycoon, and decided to try and make his own title in the genre. Transport Tycoon did reasonably well, enabling Sawyer to travel to the US, where he gained an affinity for roller coasters, giving him a new direction for his new game engine. RollerCoaster Tycoon released March 22, 1999 to widespread acclaim, and quickly became a favorite title among simulation fans. It received 2 expansions over the following year and a half, Corkscrew Follies and Loopy Landscapes, which were both rolled into a RollerCoaster Tycoon Gold package in 2002. This was then repackaged as RollerCoaster Tycoon Deluxe in 2003, which is the version that's available for digital distribution today. An Xbox port was also released in 2003, including all previously released content but adjusted for controller control. The premise is pretty straightforward. You get control of an empty plot of land and are expected to build it up into a thriving amusement park. There are some tame rides, like the miniature railroad and carousel, attractions such as the haunted house and food venues. Then you can work your way up through a tilt-a-whirl style ride and a swinging ship, all the way to your full-fledged roller coasters. You can build your own coaster tracks if you like, but there are quite a few pre-built if you just want to plunk one down and let the cash roll in. Each attraction has some fine-tuning to go along with it. How much a ticket will cost, how full the ride needs to be before it will start up. You can even change the colors if you like. You'll need to make sure you have proper staff on hand as well to ensure the rides are repaired, security is maintained, and sick is mopped up. Another very important thing to monitor is the thoughts of your thrill seekers. It'll let you know if prices are too high or rides are too tame, but they'll also give positive feedback on what they feel you're doing well. This is one of those games you'll have to actively tear yourself away from. It can get you into that one more turn mentality that traps the best of us in SimCity or Civilization until the wee hours of the morning. Parker Brothers and Hasbro were right on top of this one, and released a board game version in 2002, even before the title hit the Xbox. There's a bit of pre-assembly required on some of the more elaborate attractions, but once that's done, the rest is relatively easy. You place cards face down on the board to represent the smaller attractions to start, then deal some attraction cards out for the players to make their opening bids. You must also decide at the beginning of the game whether to buy maintenance workers ahead of time, or risk having to pay penalties later on if you get the wrong card. This seems like something that might depend on which playstyle you prefer, but it doesn't appear to doom you completely if you choose the wrong path.
part of an advance 1 month event, and it's got a picture of a handyman. The park is dirty. If you do not have a handyman, pay $200,000 to claim the park. Then draw another event card.
The main gameplay loop involves drawing a card and following the directions, as well as moving park patrons around the board with a die. When someone lands on an owned attraction, tokens are collected by the owner. If the owner was the one who rolled the die, they collect double the admission price. This loop continues until the calendar at the right side of the board reaches its end, and everyone counts up their tokens and cash to see who won the game. This ended up being a much closer game than we expected, considering Jenny's strong early lead and my struggles, but she ended up winning with myself barely in second place and Dan a close third.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. I completely forgot something else.
The money.
The money.
Yo.
I thought that only came into account if there was a tie.
No, you get, once the last drawn card is resolved, each player gets 1 guest point for each 100,000 he or she has left in hand.
Each 100,000? I thought it was 200.
Nope.
Oh my God.
Dan had 93 plus 200,000. So 95.
Eric wins.
Jenny had 98 plus 600,000. So 104. I had 88 plus 1.3 million. So that'd be 13 more points. 101. Jenny still wins by 3 points.
Oh my gosh.
And Dan ended up at 95.
Right.
So we were still within 10 points of each other.
We were within 9 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jenny with 104, Dan with 95, and me with 101.
That wraps up Season 4 completely for Tesseract Unfolded. We'll be back for April's free dive, but that will be the only feature that releases in April as I take my customary between-season break. I'll return with all the same features in May as we begin Season 5, and I hope to see you back here again as well. Meanwhile, like, subscribe, spread the word, and I'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Burger bar. Why are
We're talking.
Why are the fries in a separate stall from the burger bar?
Well, they're at least right next door to each other.
At least they're right next door to each other, yeah.
It's like having Sweet Martha's cookies right next to the milk truck at the Minnesota State Fair.
Nice.